Thank the Chairman. Mr. Secretary, again, thank you for your indulgence today. I'm going to ask you a series of questions that pertain to tabs 32, 34, and 35 in your binder. Those are a series of emails, and I'm just telling you that for reference. I'll give you the background information. First off, there was the inability to proceed with the IPO from Solyndra, and Chris Gronett, former CEO of Solyndra, suggested that they go to the Bank of Washington. I guess that means the federal government.
Excuse me, I've lost my train of thought because I was looking for tabs 32, 34, 35.
Yeah, and
I don't seem to have them.
Well, we'll get them to you. The tabs themselves, I'll give you the information. But so Bob Peck was contacted by Secretary Silver, Bob Peck being the Commissioner of Public Buildings of the GSA, connecting him with the former CEO of Solyndra, Chris Gronett, asking him to meet with Solyndra. And Secretary Silver said he would personally appreciate it. Now, did you approve of that exchange?
Mr. Chairman, I would ask that the Secretary be given these documents
The Secretary has the
expected to ask.
The tab was pointed out to the Secretary. The staff has shown it. So
No, yeah.
continue, Dr. Burgess.
It turns out to be tab A, so let me catch up. And it was not 32, 34, 35.
Okay.
So there's...
All right, understand. We all...
So now, sir, can you continue with the question?
But here's the deal. Secretary Silver connected Chris Gronett, from former CEO of Solyndra, with Bob Peck, the Commissioner of Public Buildings, the General Services Administration. They've lost the ability to do the IPO. They want to come to the Bank of Washington. So was it appropriate for Secretary Silver to connect those two entities, the CEO of Solyndra and the head of the General Services Administration Public Buildings?
Well, this is the first time I've been made aware of this. I've seen this email, and so...
well, I was going to ask you, did you speak with anyone at General Services Administration or Department of Defense about purchasing Solyndra panels?
Did I? No.
And did you speak to anyone at the White House about this?
No.
Okay, then following on August 10th, Tom Baruch, the former member of one of the venture capitalists and an investor in Solyndra, emailed one of his colleagues, quote, "Getting business from Uncle Sam is a principal element of Solyndra's energy strategy. When President Obama visited Solyndra, Chris Gronett spoke very openly to the President about the need for installation of Solyndra's rooftop solar on U.S. government buildings. I heard the President actually promise Chris that he would look into it when he returned to Washington." Do you know about these conversations, and do you know of any follow-up conversation that was then contained within that?
No, I didn't know about that conversation, and certainly the President...
Can you see why the committee would be interested in the follow-up, if that conversation occurred in the follow-up?
Certainly, first, the President didn't talk to me about Solyndra regarding government installations, things of that nature, and I was not aware of the then CEO of the company, Solyndra, talking to the President regarding he felt the need to have government buildings install his panels. I was not aware.
Okay, so you were aware then that
I was not aware of that conversation.
But you were aware that there was at least a business model to pursue the funding from the Bank of Washington getting a government purchase panels?
No. These details of these 38 loan transactions I am not aware of. What I view my job is to do is to set in the Department of Energy those measures that guarantee that we make the best judgments possible when we decide that we make a loan and that it has a probability of being paid back.
I'll stipulate that you had the best of intentions. I just want to follow up on what Mr. Barton ended his questioning. I mean, it was his opinion that the part of the Energy Policy Act that prevented subordination was in fact violated. And that is my opinion as well, and I rather suspect that's a fairly broadly held opinion across from sea to shining sea today. So given that fact, do you feel you owe it to your boss a discussion with him in light of the fact that it appears I may have broken the law,
No,
that I should not continue in your
we
employment?
respectfully, our legal staff, our general counsel's office, Susan Richardson, others, the OMB looked at what our pending decision would be, did not object to it, and so I would say I would rather take the opposite opinion that when you have independent people looking at this loan, outside the Department of Energy as well is a very thorough discussion within the Department of Energy. It is not.
But if you had the opportunity to make the same decision again today, say with Beacon, you wouldn't make it, would you?
Well, let me step back and say that, again,
Gentleman's time has expired, but you can complete your answer.
Okay, thank you. The issue is, should there be a stress in a loan going forward? I would love to work with this committee and with Congress in how to guarantee that we can recover as much as possible.
Okay.